Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to work on your company LinkedIn profile. So let's pull up LinkedIn now. And if you don't already have a company profile, just click on Work in the top right corner of your screen, and then choose Create Company Page at the bottom. Keeping in mind that this flow could vary if LinkedIn has tweaked the layout since we filmed this, or if you're accessing the site from a mobile browser or the mobile app. Once you've created a company page, there are a number of areas that you'll want to set up and populate, so we'll go through those now. Note that I'm not going to dig into the areas that have no real impact on your success with the Missing Link program, but feel free to keep an eye on Analytics and Activity up here, as well as Page Admins and Showcase Pages under the Admin Tools menu. We will talk about content suggestions, but not until a future lesson. All right, now once you have your page created, let's talk about the content population for it. As you can see on this profile, we have two images, our header photo and our profile photo, so very much like our personal profile page. To edit the header photo, I can click on this edit icon, and it even gives us the handy-dandy little height and width recommendations. Keep in mind that depending on the device or the screen people are using to look at your page, this image and its aspect ratio could change, so don't worry about trying to fill things up to fit what you see on your desktop. Instead, do something that's flexible. Photos work best. If you're going to try to put text overlays on there, make sure you leave plenty of padding around the outside so that text doesn't get cropped off on smaller screens. Next, let's talk about the other things we can edit. To do that, I'm going to click on any one of these pencil icons, and really they all bring up the same pop-up window, and they just put us on a different area of the left-hand navigation over here. So we'll start at the top. Again, we've got our profile photo or image. And in a lot of cases, this can be a great place to use a logo mark. Depending on the nature of your logo, it may not make sense to put the entire thing in there. And that's because these will appear very small in a lot of instances. So if you have a very wide logo, for example, it's going to get shrunk down so much that it probably will be illegible. Below that, of course, we have our name and then our tagline. Now the tagline is interesting because this is, or should be, your dead simple business descriptor that we worked on earlier. So go ahead and pull that from your blueprint and stick it in here. The next section talks about the buttons that we have on the page. And if I close this pop-up just for a moment, you can see what part this is referring to. So obviously we have the ability for people to follow our page, but next to that I have a visit website button. We can control that button by editing and then choosing what we want the button to say. So our options are contact us, learn more, register, sign up, or visit website. And based on the one that we choose, we then populate the corresponding web address. You can turn off the button if you have no need for one of those, but I can't imagine that that's the case. Under the About section over here, we're going to go into our overview. Now again, this is a great area to go right back to our blueprint and the work you've already done and put your elevator pitch in here. You will notice that you get 2,000 characters, which is quite a bit. So if you want to add more to this, beyond your elevator pitch, you certainly will have room. Below that, there's going to be a lot of information that I don't need to walk through with you, such as your website address, phone number, and so on. But if we go to the very bottom, you can see that we can populate specialties, up to 20 of these. And to do so, we just click on Add a Specialty and start typing. This is not going to use predictive text, so you really just put in whatever your specialties are versus choosing from a list. You want to populate all of your office locations that you'd like to have made public, even if it's only one. On the hashtags area, you can choose up to 3 hashtags that will allow you to comment and reshare posts that are posted to that hashtag. Here we do use predictive text. So I'm going to click on Add Hashtag, and I'm going to say Lead Generation, and you notice that it pops up with recommendations, so I'm going to add that one to our list. I'll click Save, and then we're done with hashtags. Now, if you have any groups that you'd like to feature on your page, you can. For example, I could do digital marketing, and it'll associate that with the page. I don't actually want to, so I'm going to get rid of that. Really, the only pieces that I haven't covered here would be the multiple languages, and you can do that if you need to for your business. All right, that's it for this. Feel free to share the link to your company page in the group comments to get feedback from others. Once you're happy with the direction and you've published the content on your page, meet me in the next lesson.